I'm going live right now. We are live right now. You know, I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot of people, okay, saying things like, my bank won't allow me to. My bank won't allow me to. Absolutely. I tell you what, we're going to show you how to get the bank to allow you to, right? You are the first person. Turco, you are awesome. Oh my goodness. People are chiming in. Go ahead. Hey, I tell you what, before we start, you got any questions? You got any questions? We're going to be talking about today the velocity banking method. I've got a lot of emails that are concerned about, my bank won't allow me to, and just name it, name it. My bank won't allow me to pay my mortgage with my credit card. My bank won't allow me to do this or give me a HELOC. They keep on wanting to push a loan on me. They do this, they do that, do the other. Okay? Hey, it's okay. Listen, folks, you got to understand that the banks, right, they get paid off of loans. Okay? They love that amortized interest. Now, you would love amortized interest too if it was going to you. Why? Why? Because that's a guaranteed return to you. Okay. And if they do not, if they did, it's a huge amount of interest. Okay. In the first like 15 years, especially when you're talking about a mortgage. Okay. Huge amounts of interest. Huge amounts of interest. So, hey, let's not blame the banks. Okay. Because if you were the bank, okay, and you can be, all right, there is such a thing as cash flow banking. All right, that you can institute, you can implement in your own life, and you can be the bank. But let's face it, if you were the bank, you would want that amortized interest as well. Okay, so let's not get mad at them. But let's address that first question. And guys, if you have any questions, hey, go ahead and do it in the comments. You want to hop in. Saucy, what's going on from Rialto, California? Hey, did you know these people are seeing this in South Africa? Hmm? Absolutely. They're knowing about the velocity banking methods in South Africa. I don't think I ever showed you my vision, folks. My vision is to change the global economy through cash flow enhancement strategies. Absolutely. Because once people understand that their line of credit is not a bill, but their new checking account, they can then implement that mindset and utilize their capital, utilize their money, utilize their funds, right? To go and start another business, to go and buy those J's, to go and build their credit. They don't have to be on the red beans and rice diet, all right? All they have to do is have another mindset, a better mindset, a more efficient and effective mindset towards money. That's it. Folks, beans and rice diet, all right? Beans and rice diet. If you want, you can go on that diet if you'd like. All right, save money, good. But what about your health? All right, remember that. But the beans and rice diet, may I just digress for a moment to talk about that? The beans and rice diet, one of the reasons why I don't like that concept is because it deals with scarcity. It comes from a scarcity mindset. I understand where people are coming from when they say, hey, you have to drastically reduce. But the mind of a business owner cannot be, hey, let's reduce, except for expenses, those unnecessary expenses. But the mindset of the business owner must be abundance. I like what Gary Keller, owner of Keller Williams Realty, I like what he said. He said, when we were in the middle of the recession, and people were downsizing here, and people were downsizing there, I had to think of a method that would be better for my clients. And in so many words, he said, so when they started downsizing, we started expanding. And that's why they are the number one or close to it realty nation in the nation. Okay? Number one. Listen, I want to get to your questions right now because I know that title, the bank. You know, what about the bank, CJ? They're not allowing me to do this. They're not allowing me to do that. Let's get to your questions right now. David Wynn, Gary Watson, what's going on? Ubai, woo! Man, I'm glad to see you, man. Hey, you know I emailed you, right? Hey, Cedric, I emailed you too. Kiana, all right. What about additional savings? Thank God. Look at all these good questions. Turco, Kiana, Doc, Transport. Watch this. Oh man, I'm loving these questions. Now let's get back to the top, and I will start from the top. First off, let me continue by saying this, okay? When you're wanting to pay your mortgage with your credit card, I know a lot of you have had challenges with that. Your bank has probably laughed at you. They kind of looked at you funny, all right? And that's okay. Because what you're going to do is take a cash advance. CASH space ADVANCE, cash advance from the credit card. All right. Now everybody accepts green. And when you take the credit, right, and you transform it into money, that's cash advance. Okay. They are going to accept money. Does that make sense? Absolutely. So cash advance is where it's at. Now you may say, well, but CJ, you know, cash advance is like 20, 25%, 30%. Let me tell you something. If you've got a home loan, 3.9%, let's just round it up, 4%, okay, which is higher nowadays. But look, 4%. What you'll do is multiply that 4 by 2, you have 8, and then add a 0, and that's what you're actually paying over the life of the loan. 80%. Now, 30% is now no big deal. Okay. It's so worth it, folks. Okay. You'll be spending thousands upon thousands and some even hundreds of thousands if you're continuing to pay your mortgage, your any amortized loan. It doesn't matter if it's a student loan, if it's an auto loan, if it's a loan, okay, any loan, okay, that is amortized. You're gonna go ahead and pay that extra amount of interest. Through the velocity banking method, we show you how not to do that because you're going to be paying your loans with your line. It's called debt transfer. All right. Now I'm working on, Turco has a question. I'm working on it doing cash advance, and I only pay about, oh, good. Turco, that's good. That's good. What's going on, Ed? Yes, you are. Argentina, Amy. Ebe. Huh? I think I pronounced that right. Yeah, Ebe. Glad you're tuning in from Argentina, Ebe. I tell you what, implement this. Implement this strategy in Argentina. Watch the country turn around. They're not going to know what you're doing. When you start teaching this, when you start teaching it, and no, I'm not going to say, give me a fee or any licensing fees. You can start teaching this. Okay, I have videos you can transcribe. I have it transcribed on my video. Pay down your mortgage in 5 to 7 years. I have it transcribed so that you can start teaching your folks, all right? So that you can start teaching the people that are around you how to pay off their different loans, not just the home loan, all right? I also want to commit to a video to show you guys how we do the subject to deals. Okay, that's where the mortgage stays in the original seller's name, and then you start paying monthly towards the mortgage, but the mortgage stays in their name, and then you actually have a rental, so that's pulling in rental income for you and your family, so that you're cash flowing continually. Okay, and you know now that you have renters in it, who's paying the mortgage? Who's paying the original seller's mortgage? The tenants. Beautiful. Isn't that beautiful? Look, you're checking in from Argentina. Hey, babe, good to have you. Okay, my bank, Wells Fargo, will only allow a cash payment. How do I work with that? I showed you. Cash advance. Cash advance. Cash flow is the key. David Wynn, that's very true. Very true. Kiana, is it better to use line of credit or a credit card? Folks, we're live here. We're live here. So Try your best to stump me. All right. Kiana, is it better to use line of credit or the credit card? I have both. And I'm wondering which makes more sense. Dumping my income into my line of credit or the credit card I'm attacking at the time. What is the difference? What is the difference? So, Kiana, that's a very good question. So the difference is this. On a credit card, you're going to have to take a cash advance if you want to make cash payments. Like, for instance, if you're going to pay a mortgage, okay, you can't pay that with the credit card, okay? Lenders don't lend to lenders, and they have different guidelines and regulations for that. So what you'll do instead, your credit union, then you can take all of that credit and you can place it towards whatever you'd like. All right. So that's your bills, that's your loans, because of course you're taking out the cash, all right, on it. So yes, you can do that. I recommend the line of credit, and that's the difference between them. On the credit card, you're taking a cash advance, okay, and you can only go up to a certain amount. On the line of credit, there is no certain amount. And of course, this doesn't go for any bank. You definitely have to do your research. And so no blanket statements here, but definitely do your research. I recommend the Navy Federal. Man, they are one of the best banks you can utilize. The people here, at least, in Arizona, treat you so nice, and they explain things to you. All right, very good question. Sandrika, what about additional savings? Let me give you an example, Sandrika. Additional savings. You're wanting to save, and that's okay. That's good. I'm glad that you're saving. I'm glad that you're saving. Now, recognize that when you have a $15,000 credit limit, let's say, okay, and it can be smaller, it can be larger, but let's just go with 15 grand. When you have that, you're then going to take a chunk of that and put it towards the home loan or any loan that you choose, right? Now, remember, as you're doing that, you're getting paid, right? And where are you going to put that paycheck? Where are you going to put that paycheck? Can somebody help us out? When you get paid, where do you put the paycheck? Do you put it in the checking account? Do you put it in your savings account? Or do you put it in your line of credit or your new checking account? Which one do you put it in? Let's just break this down. You guys are smart. Look at this. Look at this. Donna, I'm going to get to your question. That's a good question. Huh? Line of credit. Look at that. Credit cards. Perfect. Who said line of credit? Let me look at that. Ubai. You've been doing your homework, haven't you? Good job. You put it in your line of credit. Now, the reason why you're going to put it into your line of credit is because that's where your money starts to work for you. If you put it in your checking and your savings account, right, or your savings account, I call them black hole accounts. Okay, I'm going to address that in another video. But if you put it into those black hole accounts, it's not going to work for you. You have 0.02% interest on your savings account, maybe 1 or 2% interest on your savings or checking account, right? And that's all it's doing. Versus if you're putting it into your line of credit, okay, what does the lender see as you place your income into your line of credit? They think that you are paying it off, right? When really it's just a transfer. And that's why people like Tyrone can tell me, CJ, they just gave me money because I'm using the velocity banking method. Because what happens when you start paying like that, and you're paying massive amounts, guys, towards your line of credit. I mean, hundreds of dollars, right? Into your line of credit. When they see that, what do they think? Oh, this person pays off their credit cards. This person pays back on the line of credit. And they do it all the time, and sometimes even early. You know what we want them to do? We want them to spend even bigger. So we're going to give them more. But LeVar Burton said best. Don't take my word for it. Do it yourself. I've been a victim. I've been victimized. I've been a victim of a credit line increase over and over again. And I want you guys to be victims too. All right? That's why we put it into our line of credit. And If you're looking into saving, remember the difference between your income and expenses in your line of credit is your savings. Because answer me this, after you've paid back, right? After you've paid back your line of credit, can you still not use the $13,000 that's left? Can you still not use the $14,000 like if you needed an emergency? Do emergencies come up? Absolutely. Are we ready for them? Yes. Is our money working for us? Absolutely. Are we going to be victims of credit line increases and we're no longer going to have the 15,000, but maybe it'll be 20,000, 25,000? Yes, they do increase to 20,000, 20,000, $10,000 credit line increases. It's true. It's very, very true. All right. So that's why we want to use our line of credit. All right. Definitely. Ain't line of credit and credit card the same? Yes, I actually use them synonymously, but I think she's talking about the bank line of credit, though that line of credit you can get at your bank. So a personal line of credit is what she's talking about versus the credit card line of credit. Very good question, Turco. Hey, Kiana from Cali, thank you so much for the support, Kiana. And we're going to do even more. All right, we're going to be in even more places. All right, we got people tuning in from Argentina, from South Africa. All right, all over the world. Somebody called me from the Netherlands. They want to implement this strategy, folks. This thing is going worldwide. It doesn't matter, really. Okay, let me do this. We want to answer your questions. Doc transport. Some payments are only allowed to be debited from a checking or savings account. So sometimes you won't have the option of paying with a credit card. That's why, as we addressed before, we want to go ahead and switch, get that cash advance out of the credit card, put it towards the checking, and then pay through the checking. Okay, so that way you're still utilizing your line of credit, taking advantage of those simple interest rates. All right. Hey, Keith, good to see you. Sandrika only received one email. You know what? I'm going to send you, Sandrika, my Velocity Banking, where I got, right? Where I got the method from Velocity Banking. How does that sound? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Really, I got a presentation and I'm going to show you. Sandrika, you're keeping me on my toes, and goodness gracious, I love it. Don't you love that? I do. Lisha. Hey, this Militia, I know. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And I believe I emailed you back, actually. I emailed you back. Please check your email. And I want to know what you think about that. Because I even gave you like a kind of like a letter. A letter. I just want to know your thoughts on what I sent you, Militia. I remember. I did that earlier today. Hey, Nisi. And Dizzle, bro, where you been my whole life? I would have been in such a better place if I would have known this then. Ah, I know that's right. But you know what? You're now in the better place. You are now in the better place. You see? You know, there was a famous person, that said, let there be light. And guys, it's all about knowledge. Knowledge is light. Ignorance is darkness. And when you turn the lights on, that's when you can start owning businesses. That's when you can start having capital. That's when you can start making things happen. First, you got to be educated. Got to turn the lights on. You're interested in the Subject 2 project, aren't you? Doc, that's good. I'm interested in the real estate info also. Good. All right. So it's coming to you. Santiago, is it worth paying a loan where the interest is being paid back to yourself? Woo! Well, Santiago has a question, doesn't he? That's a good question, Santiago. Now, it all depends on what your goal is, okay? Because, of course, not all loans are bad, right? Some loans are established to help you get better credit, okay? To build even business credit and your personal credit. Of course, the two are worlds apart, all right? However, if you want to get a loan, I'm definitely not discouraging you from getting it, okay? Whether that's a personal loan or a business loan. You just have to have some sort of strategy, okay, in place already before you implement doing that loan. Okay. Now, your question was when the interest is being paid back to yourself. You got to realize how much is the interest? Okay. Are there any fees? What about if you want to pay that loan off early because there's something that came up? Are there any prepayment penalties? Okay. So remember to just ask that. Okay. If you're getting interest that is sufficient for you, it's sufficient for your goals, please do it. Please do it. But if the interest is amortized and you're not wanting to go that route, then don't do it. All right. Period. Turco, you try to teach this system to a friend, but he doesn't trust the system. He's scared of having to pay way more than what he should. I tell you what, man, when I was confronted with a challenge, I actually showed them results. I showed them results, and the challenge just went away. That's the best thing about this system is all you have to do is implement a tiny portion of it and then do your calculation and then get back to me. Because there's no way that this system can work for one and not work for another. Folks, the system works for everyone, whether you're a consumer or a business owner. All right? Where can I get a line of credit? Woo! Banks or credit unions. I recommend Navy Federal. Navy Federal. Oh my goodness. I hope you saw the ad. I hope you're going to see the ad, okay, on one of my videos. I'm telling you right now, Navy Federal. They are so awesome, okay? Camera Talk, thank you so much. That's right, you guys. Continue. Help one another out. Now, Donna noticed a lot of, and remember, we were going to get back to this question. Donna noticed a lot of Capital One banks closing. Do you know why? Maybe it's because nothing was in their wallet. Did you guys get that? That's kind of like a joke because remember their commercial is like, what's in your wallet, right? Listen, folks, the reason why any business closes down is because there's just not enough capital to go around, all right? Or there's just not enough, or regulations have been crossed that they shouldn't have, or whatever the case. I don't know what Capital One's challenge is, but I do know this. That we don't have to close, all right? Period. We don't have to close. And I really haven't heard of the Capital One banks closing down. Wow, that's news to me actually, Donna. But that goes with any business though. When you're in a business and you're undercapitalized, that's why we have business credit as well. We help these small business owners, man. The average business owner to get business credit, it takes them 3 to 5 years, while it's taking us 6 to 12 months for people like Christine, that's getting $816,000 in business credit lines for her trucking business, getting fleet cards so that she can buy new trucks. It's amazing what happens when you go and team with someone who knows. That's why I say we got to turn the lights on. It's much faster, and you streamline the process when the lights are turned on. All right, Mila. Thank you so much. Switched to utilizing my line of credit just 5 weeks ago, and I paid $8,000 of $10,000 already. Now I don't have to take out a loan to finally get my business off the ground by spring. Mia, isn't that awesome, folks? It simply works. It simply works. All right. Look at Mia. Look at Tyrone. Look at Turco. Look at the others that have said, you know what? I'm tired of beans and rice. I want to utilize the line of credit that the banks have graciously given to me for my benefit. And you see it work. You see it work. Oh, Mia, I tell you, my heart jumps. My heart jumps when I hear testimonies like that. Elaine, that's right, credit cards. Sandrika, you've received a Discover card with a high line of credit. Oh, there you go. Congratulations, Sandrika. You've been paying your bills on time, haven't you? Huh? Your bills on time, right? That's good. Good, good, good. I want to make sure that I'm getting to every one of you. Straight to your line of credit. There you go. If I have a home mortgage, camera talk, watch this. If I have a home mortgage from Wells Fargo, should I use a personal line of credit from Wells Fargo to pay down mortgage, or should I get a personal line of credit from another bank? Woo! I tell you what, man, I love every bank, okay, because they have tools there that are for our benefit, okay. What we need to realize as business owners, as people who are building our capital, that are building our credit scores, that have come from and now in, okay, a better place than we were before. Remember, when we're looking at banks, we want to make sure the name, the reputation of the bank, okay, is something that we are comfortable with. Absolutely. So this goes with any bank. All right. Of course, Wells Fargo has been around for years. All right, years. And so, should you use a personal line of credit from Wells Fargo to pay down that mortgage, or get a personal line of credit from another bank? If you can get a personal line of credit from another bank that is lower in interest, of course, then I would definitely recommend that. If not, though, then definitely you can utilize the services there at Wells Fargo, Camera Talk, to pay down that mortgage. All right, absolutely. Good question. That's right, Dwayne. Hey, I agree with you. David Wynn, and I agree with David Wynn. Everybody needs to read David Wynn's comment right now. Savings are for the birds. Why would you get 1% and pay 19% interest? Why? Why? A lot of times we realize that banks prey on the ignorant. They prey on the unlearned. Aunt Dizzle says, I listen to Dave Ramsey, but this sounds like you've manipulated the credit card Da Vinci Code. Absolutely, man. You know where this method came from? From down under. Yeah, Australia, from down under. And we are turning the financial world upside down with it. Absolutely. Or right side up. Depends on which way you want to look at it. Hey, I salute you too. Absolutely. We're all in this together, guys. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing it. We're in it together. Absolutely. Get other people to watch this right now. Absolutely. 3 more and we hit 100, folks. This is the best team on the earth. Health Before Wealth is asking, when should you ask for an increase with the line of credit? When should you ask for an increase? You know, many times what they do is they voluntarily give you a line of credit. Now, I would ask for a credit line increase 6 months. 6 months is usually the average. If you want to do 3 months, that's fine. Go ahead and check with your particular bank and credit union to see what the average credit line increase. Go over with them what your plans are and your vision, and you never know what will be open to you once you open yourself to those people, to the bankers. All right. That are there. It's amazing what can happen. They can share with you some secrets to the bank, and it's just marvelous what opportunities can be afforded to you once you just start talking to them. Okay, but 6 months is definitely when I would ask for that line of credit increase. And many times, Health Before Wealth, they actually increase your credit line because they see that you're just doing so well. Okay, and you're paying it with your income, and they think that you're just paying it from your checking account. Okay, but you know better. All right. There you go. There you go. Camera Talks answering questions. There you go. Hey, listen, you're helping. You're helping. Go for it. Please, please. We all need help. Know me. That's right. So do you just walk in the credit union? And Dizzle has a wonderful question. Do you just walk in the credit union and say, I need a line of credit? Or is there a special name for it? You just walk into the credit union and yell out, I need a line of credit. Okay? And they will help you. All right? Yes, they will. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Come on over here. What kind of line of credit you need? Name your interest rate. Name the interest rate that you're going for. Okay? But I tell you what, and I need to share with you this, you may not want to tell them what you're using it for because they're just going to waste your time and say, well, you shouldn't do that because we're not going to get paid as much money if you don't buy our loan products. No. Guys, just say you need a line of credit. All right? Line of credit. That's all you need to know. Santiago, thank you for answering my question, sir. I've been implementing your strategy for the last 7 months, and I've been doing great. Now I have a line of credit and a home equity line of credit over $70,000. Hey, Santiago, how much did I charge you for that information, man? That's a good question. Let me ask you a question. Santiago, how much did I charge you, man? Put it in the comments. Okay, EP, I want to increase my line of credit, but don't want to shorten my history by opening another credit card. Woo! Penny and I'm going to answer your question, Penny. I do want to segue into this. Okay, so Penny just brought up an excellent point. Okay, she said they said, I want to increase my line of credit, okay, but don't want to shorten my history by opening another credit card. So they want to increase their line of credit. Now, what they're talking about by shortening the history, what they know, what E. Penny knows, is that there are 5 elements to consumer credit and what will affect your score. Can someone name all 5 elements? Okay, let me spoil it for you. Number 1 is the inquiries. Okay. Number 2, I want to give you guys time to answer because I know you guys know it. You know what I mean? I know you know it. I know you know it. Number 2 is the length of the credit history. There you go. Talking about credit history. All right. There you go. Payment history. There you go. Utilization. There we go. Then we got all of them, didn't we? All 5. And we said inquiries, didn't we? Goodness gracious, y'all. Good job. Good job. Mix of accounts. There you go. Mix of credit. There you go. Camera talk. That's it. That's it. So you got the mix of accounts. You have your payment history, your credit utilization ratio, which I recommend 30% below 30%. We're at 25%. Keep it at like 25%. Okay. And then you have, right? What is it? Did we say credit history? And did we say inquiries? Right? Yeah. So, folks, that's what it is. All right. Now, back to your question. What do you do when you don't want to apply for another credit card? So this is what you do. Be the patient. Play the patience game. All right. And make sure that if that's what you want to do, then ensure that you have enough funds to place on that card so that you can continue to use that line of credit. All right? Period. So look, we're going to get to another question. I know you guys want to go to bed, but this is some hot stuff right here. Salute to Jen. Can anyone get a Navy Federal account or just people in the armed forces? Watch this. So the Navy Federal people there, they are so generous that they will actually allow you to have either and of course you're going to have to check this as well. You don't have to be personally in the military. If your dad or your mom, okay, were in the military, and I believe there's even extended, but I know your dad or your mom was in the military, then they can go ahead and extend that to you, okay, that Navy Federal Credit Union account, okay, but there's more, there's better as well. I know but there are way better credit unions as well out there. But man, Navy Federal, I just swear by them. Okay, I really do. Jay, you want to know how to pay your bills with your credit cards? Check out the video under Velocity Banking, and it's my video, Velocity Banking. Okay, pay off mortgage in 5 to 7 years. Okay, and you will see how to pay those bills with the credit card. All right, perfect question. Turco Tech has a question. I bought my house for $221,000. Currently, value is $300,000 on Redfin. Should I get the HELOC? What a good question. So you bought your house for $221,000. Your current value is $300K. Should you get the HELOC? I tell you what, home equity line of credit, and I have this in my thumbnail on the aforementioned video. Home equity line of credit, what it's there for is it's a tool that you can use to pay off your loans. All right, those high 3%, 4% amortized loans. Absolutely. Just because it's a low number does not mean it's not going to take interest away from you. All right. So should you get the HELOC, Turco, my advice to you is get the HELOC. All right. Get that HELOC. Dwayne, thank you so much. You need assistance. We're going to give that to you. Okay. Credit Wiz at investorpro.org. Folks, don't be discouraged. Elaine brought up a very, very good point in her comments. Derogatory remarks and collections. Don't be discouraged when you have those, because you can actually improve upon those. All right, you can improve. So don't be discouraged. Okay, there are, and I actually have. If you need help with the credit repair, I have someone you can go to. They just do a phenomenal job at repairing your credit the right way. Okay, so that you're not sought after by lawyers and different things like that. Okay, so we'll definitely get you connected there if you need that type of help. Okay. I know, David, right? Man, everyone there seems to be very financial educated, very financial. You guys are very smart. Yes, Henry, just sent you an email, Henry. Yes, we're reaching back up to you. We're reaching right back out to you. Just let me know. Reply to me, okay? Maybe if they give you $5,000 in credit cards line of credit. There you go. See? Do we have anyone in Alabama? No, but you know what? You know what we do have all around the world? Me. I can call whoever. If you need help with that situation down there, Henry, I can call them. Okay? That's what I do. Remember, this is what I do. Guys, you have to keep me employed. I'm working for you. Santiago, did we ever get back to him? Yeah, he probably had. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hey, so folks, read this right here. He said $0. I didn't charge him anything for the info that he got for the over 70K home equity line of credit that he got. Not at all. All right. That's right, man. Kanye is streaming live. I'm streaming live. That's right, Kanye. Thank you. Good looking. Jason M has a question. What's the amount of unsecured credit a person can get? Let's say the person makes $20,000 a year. What's the amount of unsecured line of credit? Well, when you're going to fill out an application for the unsecured line of credit or unsecured credit card, they're going to ask you some questions on there. Of course, one of them being $20,000 a year. They're also going to be asked, right, what are your debts? Because the one thing they want to find out is this person going to be a liability for us? Does this person have, and they're going to ask you for your social security number if it's on the person's side, absolutely, okay? Does this person have what we're looking for, basically? Are they going to pay us back monthly? Do they have a history that they pay their lenders back monthly, after month, after month? If so, yeah, absolutely. You know, absolutely. They're like, hey, let's sign you up then. Let's get you a credit card so that you can start paying the interest. All right. But at the same time, remember, as you pay that interest, a little bit of extra interest, you're also doing what to your credit score? Increasing it. Doing what to your credit report? Making it better. Okay, enhancing your credit report. So it's worth it. And many times you'll find out that what makes credit sense may not necessarily make cash sense. And then what makes cash sense does not necessarily make credit sense. Okay, that's why there are certain gurus, I'm not going to name names, okay, they say cut up your credit cards, cut up your credit cards, cut up your credit cards, because they operate on a cash basis only, right? But I say keep your credit cards, keep your credit cards, keep your credit cards. Why? Because we're in the 21st century, okay? And I hope this certain individual doesn't get in trouble because of the advice that they're utilizing. It's just really, I don't know, you just got to be careful with that. You know, that's all. I love what they teach. It's amazing. You know, I definitely look up to them. All right. However, you know, we definitely want to have options and not just be stuck in a corner with our bowl of beans and rice. You know what I mean? Debt to income ratio, David Wynn. Exactly. DTI. Okay, we call it DTI. Camera Talk is talking about what happened in 2007 and 2008. Stated income. I don't even think they can do that anymore. All right. Hey, Dodd-Frank came out. Now I know this is off the topic, but Dodd-Frank came out and just hammered. Oh my goodness. They set the laws down, guys. All right. So I don't think the stated income, I don't think anybody's brave enough to do that. I mean, maybe there are some that can say, hey, you know, let's go ahead and get you a ninja loan, a no income, no job loan. Those things were real back there in 2007. Okay. It's basically why part of the reason why the economic turned very, very grim. Okay. But not for those who knew what they were doing. All right. Deidre, what advice would you give if you come into a small inheritance and you've paid off most of your debt except your house? What should you do with the money? Oh, Deidre, I'm so glad you said that. This is what you should do with the money. Invest it in your education. Because I can give you $1 million today, but if you do not know how to grow that $1 million, you're not going to have that $1 million tomorrow. Okay? Invest it in a premium, researched real estate investment education. I'm going to tell you a little story, right? That you can utilize, and you have access to people that can help you along the way so that you can gain in cash flow. So you want to major in cash flow, all right? And not so much accumulation. Because when you're accumulating money, like in your 401k, your IRA, or whatever it is, whatever retirement account you're utilizing, when you're accumulating that, okay, let's say you get to 1 million, all right? Well, when you spend $10,000 today, that's going to take away from your 1 million, isn't it? Okay, so now tomorrow you'll only have 990,000. Versus if you had a guaranteed $4,000 coming into you month after month after month, if you blew $4,000 this month, don't worry, you're going to get $4,000 next month. Invest it in your education. Absolutely. And we can definitely steer you in the right direction there. We definitely know of people that you can utilize to help you in that, Deidre. Very good. Very good. Okay. Do your research. And it's all about your goals. It's all about your vision. All right. My bank is offering me a HELOC at 9.5% because I don't have perfect credit. Is this good? Woo! If you don't have perfect credit and you're getting a 9.5% HELOC, that's better than some credit cards, right? Take it. If that's it, if you've done your research and that's the best, take it. Take it and utilize the strategy. Please keep me informed. CreditWiz@investorpro.org. I love it when a plan comes together. All right. One of these days, I'm going to dress in a military uniform. Call myself general. What do you think? What do you think about that? You guys are generals as well. We'll just all be generals. How about that? You guys can wear your military uniform to my live shows here. How about that? We'll just all be in military. We'll all be in fatigues. Salute the gen. Look at that. I have a business already, but haven't took any steps to building business credit. I'm just not sure what the first step is to even reaching out. Are you reaching out for my services to go more efficient? I'm typing the website you need to go to right now. Boom. I'm also typing my email in case you have any questions. That's the website right there. Did you? All right. What was that website again? Okay. You were talking about, there we go. Listen. Did you? Email me right now, please. Email me right now. I want you to email me, did you? Okay, right now. We want to assist you. My wife is saying, be home. I am getting summoned, folks. I'm getting summoned. I don't want to stop at all. All right? I just want you to know that. We've almost been on for an hour and it's felt like 3 minutes with you all. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love this, man. This is what I live for. Okay? Oh, you emailed me before? See, that's why I'm doing it now. Okay. Well, you emailed me before. Watch this. Then you don't have to do it again. I'm going to email you right now then. DJ, watch this. Have you ever heard of this company right here? Factory.com. I actually approve of them because I've done the research. I've actually subscribed to their, I'm just making sure that this is the correct, I'm making sure it's the correct email address for you. Okay, wealthfactory.com. Go there. Go there and, man, I really want to be there. I really want to be there when you go there, just in case you have like any additional questions. You know what I mean? DJ Bruton, please add me to your LinkedIn. Did I add you to my LinkedIn? I did, didn't I? We're on LinkedIn. Okay. Cullen J. Wallace, that's my name. Okay. Perfect. That's perfect. Dwayne Mayweather, he has a great question. What's required to get a line of credit established or started with a credit union? You know what? And this is going to be quite sad to say, okay? But what's required, right, is you got to have a just over broke. You know what I mean? You got to have a job, guys. You got to have a job to make sure that you get that line of credit. Now you can provide, you can ask your bank or your credit union, and it all depends. You can ask your bank or credit union what, if they can utilize a profit and loss statement, you know what I mean, for those that are self-employed or whatnot. But it's rigged so that those that have jobs can get the line of credit established with that credit union or that bank. Okay, folks, I got to get out of here. It's actually 1 minute past the time I'm supposed to be in bed. I mean, supposed to be at home right now. So look, I loved this. You know what I mean? So if you could, guys, don't hesitate, please. You have my email right there. If you need help with business credit, the website is right there, www.wiseguysandties.com. Need help with velocity banking? It's right there, okay? And we also do consultations as well. That's right, Elaine. Hey, I'm gonna take Elaine's advice. All right, happy wife, happy life. Get home, bro, and get up out of here, guys. It's been fun. Hope you definitely learned a lot. Please email me, creditwiz@investorpro.org. If you need help with business credit, www.wiseguysandties.com, and we will help you out. Okay, don't take our word for it. You know, one of my, I guess you could call it a selling point, is the success of those that have implemented what I've said. You know, the success of my clients speaks for me. So I just want you guys to know that we are definitely for you. Okay, it may take a while to get back to you, but I'm on like almost every day. All right, so tomorrow it's probably going to be 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because I also host a webinar as well, a business credit webinar. So we do that as well. Folks, please get back in touch with me. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And what are we going to go over? I don't know. What should we go over? Anybody got any suggestions? What should we go over? And after we get those suggestions, I got to get home. Yeah, I got to get on home. The goal is to get home before she messages me again. Absolutely. Flipping houses. All right. Hey, El Nobel, don't worry about it, man. Listen, we recorded the whole thing. It's 53 minutes of nothing but juice. I got geniuses commenting, you know, so you are about to get some juice, El Nobel. As soon as I'm done, go back, just watch the whole thing. Watch the whole thing. All right? Edutainment at its best. Boom. How can I get to that webinar? Turco Tech. You want to know how to get to the webinar, don't you? Check out my email, creditwiz@investorpro.org. I put it in the comments there. Absolutely. Going over business models. Perfect. Let me do that. Let me write that down. Why am I taking the time? Has anybody ever thought about that? Why am I taking the time to write down what I've requested from you all for these lessons? You want to go over business models, how you keep your credit scores above 720. Perfect. These are great. See, I told you guys are geniuses. Advantages of one over the other, the business models. Got it? Cash flow to the amount you have left over equals the amount you have left over after expenses. Good job. Santiago, real estate investment. Okay. Let's do that. I have 2 rental properties. Ophelia, how much chunk should I get from my HELOC to pay 2 mortgages simultaneously, please? All right. Listen, I've come to the end right? I've come to the end. However, I'm going to address that question. Simultaneous HELOC payoff, okay? Excuse me, mortgage payoff. And I will address that. Okay, Ophelia? Project. You know, it's a very popular one. Maybe that one will be first. The subject to. You guys want to know about subject twos? You know, first they live with you and you listen to your listeners. I sent you a private message. Thank you, Red Fox. Man, I loved your show. Absolutely. Elaine Perry, funds to start business credit. Funds to start business credit. All right. Get off my JOB. That's what I'm talking about. Good job. So look, what I want you to do, Deidre, is look for an email from me tonight. Okay? New topics. Perfect. So this is what I'll do, guys. When I go live, I'm going to be discussing business models. Credit scores is going to be over the next couple weeks. Credit scores, real estate investment, simultaneous mortgage payoff, subject to, which will probably be part of that real estate investment, funds, business credit. I can actually help you with that, like starting tonight or tomorrow, Elaine, on how to get the funds for your business credit. Just let me know to start your business. Cash flow enhancement. Yeah, hey, it's in the comments. Let me get put my email out there. One more time. Email me, folks. Cash flow enhancement and more, okay? Because I know you guys have a lot of questions and you want to start that velocity banking. So we will do that. We're also working on a checklist that we could just hand to you. What do you think about that? What do you think about a checklist that I could just show you all? And then you guys would have it at your leisure. I know when I was in the Air Force, way back in the day, they gave us a checklist, right? And on this checklist, we would know how to load up that plane with weapons. Okay, we just check it off. Okay, we arm the AIM-9. We flipped in the arm switch. We, everything that you needed to know about loading up the missiles on that jet and making sure everything ran properly. I personally love checklists, and I truly believe that you all can definitely benefit from a checklist as well. So I'm going to be implementing a checklist so that you guys can utilize. All right, and of course you have my info as well. Okay, look, folks, it's been great. Okay, God bless, and you have a good night. We will see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, God bless you.